welcome to Powerteam Success Television Network. My name is James Dentley, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing a very special guest, Mr. Rick Simon. Rick, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, we're so excited to have you here, Rick. First of all, you have an amazing story. Can you share with our audience a little bit about your background?
Okay, sure. I'm going to start about 20 years ago in the fall of 1982. Three significant things happened to me all in the course of 1 week. The first one was my girlfriend at the time agreed to marry me, which had an impact on my life. Second one, though, was I actually found out that day that I had multiple sclerosis. My doctor, when I went to see him, he couldn't even look me in the eye. He was looking down and he said, I'm sorry to tell you, I think you have multiple sclerosis. And I said, oh, okay, what do we do about that? Because I thought he was going to give me a pill and let me go home and go to work that afternoon. But I learned that it was a little bit more of an impact than that. And then when I walked out of the doctor's office, I suddenly thought, well, wait a minute, my life's not all about me anymore. I need to get with my fiancée and let her know what's happening, and also let her off the hook, because she didn't sign up for this. This uncertainty that was going to be part of my life. And that, when I went to see Judy that evening, that was when the most significant thing that of the three happened. And what it was is, we came to an agreement that Judy would agree to marry me in spite of my MS, as long as I would agree to do as much as I could do for myself in spite of my MS. And one of the things that gave me was a positive focus that I could take forward. So that instead of that I was always looking at what I could do, instead of looking at what I couldn't do. And that had a huge impact. One of the things that came out of that was I realized that I needed to not be a carpenter. That's what the work that I was doing at the time. So with Judy's help, I went back to university and a few years later started an 18-year career in computing science. I'm going to tell you about the money that I made, but that's not the purpose of that. That's just to demonstrate that I had some success. So in that 18-year career, I went from earning about $25,000 a year to $150,000, and then back down to about $95,000 when I couldn't travel anymore. So I did some things right during that stage in my life. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I definitely would.
So then what happened is I decided that I needed a change and wanted to work for myself and to be an entrepreneur. And again, with Judy's help and coaching, we went into a multi-level marketing, financial services organization. And during the next 5 years, 4.5 years, I managed to turn that $95,000 a year income into a $6,000 a year income, and turn our savings of $600,000 into $100,000. So that you might want to learn how I did that so that you won't follow in my footsteps. But basically, then it became time for a change. And one of the things that happened is I got involved in some organizations that let me understand that there's way more opportunities in this world than I was even aware of. One of them was to speak from the stage, and one of the things that I wanted to do is to bring my experience and the strategies that I use to get through 30 years of living with MS, and help other people to do the same thing and break through whatever barriers are in their lives.
Well, Rick, the story is absolutely phenomenal. Can you share with the audience, from working with you, you're a true great example of a story of overcoming, and what's possible in life is possible for anyone who really wants to have the right attitude and go after their goals. What are 3 things that a person can really get from you when they work with you?
Well, when people work with me, there's 3 things that I can talk about, because you asked for 3. One of them is being able to set good goals. And I've got an exercise that will help you to set goals that you can reach in spite of whatever it is that's holding you back. And the second thing is I can help people with how to think about what their options are if they have some sort of catastrophic event, a life-changing event like I had when I learned that I had MS. And there's 3 alternatives for how options you can have moving forward that I can share with you. The third thing is really how to build your team, because my wife was initially with my team, and she was the person that pushed me but she was also the person that helped me when I needed help. And you need both parts of that. So those are the three things three of the things that you can get from working with Ruby.
Outstanding. Well, I know, again, the story is absolutely powerful. Any final words of wisdom for our audience?
I think the final words of wisdom are, most people think that they can't do things because of the obstacles that are in the way. And I really believe that no matter what obstacle is in your way, if you work at it and focus on the things that you can do, you can reach the goals that you set for yourself.
Well, how can someone reach you if they want to hire you to speak on their stages or even one-on-one coaching? How can someone get in contact with you?
Basically, the URL for my website is going to be on the bottom of the screen, so they can just contact me through that.
All right, so just contact Rick Simon at the bottom of the screen. There's the website. Again, thanks a lot for spending time with us, Rick. You're a champion.
Thank you very much.